student, welcome in the CEC Gurukul lecture. We are discussing the series of characterization of nanomaterials. In the today's lecture, we discuss about the scanning probe microscopy. In the scanning probe microscopy, we discuss mainly the best method, that is the scanning tunneling microscopy. Up to now, we have discussed the various methods of characterization of nanomaterials, where we discuss about the scanning electron microscopy, transmission electron microscopy, and so on. In the today's lecture, we discuss the scanning probe microscopy. I am Dr. Sonia Bansal from JC Bose University and Science of Technology. So today we discuss about the STM, means scanning tunneling microscopy. Before that, we discuss what is the scanning probe microscope. What is the principle behind the scanning probe microscopy? So first we discuss that how the inventions has been done, like in 1600 light microscope was discovered, and 1938 transmission electron microscope came to the account to study the transmission through the electron beam for taking the surface analysis. In 1964, scanning electron microscope was discovered. In 1982, scanning tunneling microscope. In the today's lecture, we discuss this scanning tunneling microscope. Scanning near field optical microscope is one of the another method for the scanning the surface of the prepared material. And in 1986, atomic force microscope has been discovered, which provide the magnetic force, lateral force, and chemical forces. So scanning probe microscopy is play a very important role for the characterization of the nanomaterials. Basically, scanning electron microscopy, where we use the electron to scan the surface. As the name suggests, scanning probe microscopy, we are scanning the surface using the probe, and that method is known as the scanning probe microscopy. What the scanning probe microscopy does? What we get from the scanning probe microscopy, we create the images of the surface by using the probe. Right hand side we are seeing a tip. That tip is the probe that is near to the sample, and this tip scan the sample, and it produces the image of the material or the film through which it is moving. So scanning probe microscopy, this scanning probe microscopy creates the images of the surfaces using a probe. This probe is scanned over the sample to get the inside view of the sample. Sample probe interaction is monitored as a function of location. This tip scan all the surface area of the sample, and it produces the image. The basic principle of the scanning probe microscopy: the probe scan the surface. There is interaction between the probe and the sample, and it moves throughout the sample, and it produces the surface images, and that surface images is used for the characterization. And this image resolution limited by the probe sample interaction volume. What type of image we require, and what material and what size we are scanning, that produce the image resolution, not by the diffraction, that we cannot get from the diffraction. Interaction can modify the surface, and then we can find out the property of the material, and that is possible in the nanolithography. The scanning technique quite slow, and it is limited for the maximum image size. So this scanning electron microscopy is a family of microscopy forms where a sharp probe is scanned across a surface. Means a probe is used for the scanning the surface of the nanomaterial, and some tip sample interactions are monitored. Means the tip which is moving across the surface of the material is monitored, that will produce the image of the sample. So on the basis of that, there are the various methods or the various processes that comes under the scanning probe microscopy. The most important method is the scanning tunneling microscopy, that is abbreviated by STM. The another method is the atomic force microscopy, that is AFM. AFM, which is used for also which is also a part of the scanning probe microscopy. In both the methods, for characterizing the nanomaterial, we use the probe. So atomic force microscopy again work in the three modes. One is the contact mode, second is the non-contact mode, and third is the trapping mode. These two methods are very important for the characterization through the scanning probe microscopy. Scanning tunneling microscope and the atomic force microscope, that is STM and AFM respectively. Other methods of the scanning probe microscopy are lateral force, force modulation, magnetic or electric force, surface potential, scanning thermal, and the phase imaging. So there are the various methods, but we in our further lectures we will discuss only the scanning tunneling microscopy and the AFM, atomic force microscopy. So we study the scanning tunneling microscope in detail, that is the STM. Here on the screen we are seeing a diagram where we are having a sample. This sample surface is not smooth, and we are saying the surface sample is not smooth, and on the top we are having the probe. This probe scan the surface of the sample as it is. So scanning tunneling microscopy, STEM, used to get the image of the surface by scanning through the tunneling. How it is possible, that we will go further. Now scanning tunneling microscope works by the scanning a very sharp metal wire tip over the surface. This probe, that is a tip, it is very sharp, so that it can swap over the surface, or it can move over the surface. By bringing the tip very close to the surface and by applying an electric voltage of the tip or the sample, it represents that we can change the position of the tip by applying the electric voltage to the tip. Means we can come near the surface, the tip comes near the surface, or it is far, by applying the electric voltage to the tip or to the sample. Both the side we apply the voltage, so that we can adjust the distance between the tip and the sample. Image the surface at a extremely small scale, down to resolving individual atom. This is very interesting, that we can scan the individual atoms through this tip, and we can get the individual atoms image on the screen. So this scanning tunneling microscope use the sharp metal wire tip to scan the surface. The tip and the surface distance can be adjusted by applying the electric voltage, and by using this tip we can scan the individual atom. and we can image the surface at a extremely small scale, like an atom which is having a very small size, and that can be scanned by using this tip. So what is the scanning tunneling microscope? On the left hand side we are having a diagram that we are having the machine used for the to get the images by using the tunneling processes. A scanning tunneling microscope is a non-optical microscope that works by scanning an electrical probe tip over the surface of the sample. By keeping the spacing constant between the atom and the tip. Atom means by keeping the constant spacing between the surface and the tip. So it is not, here we are not using a light to scan the surface, so it is a non-optical microscopy. Scanning tunneling microscope scan the surface by using a probe that move over the surface with a constant spacing. This probe move by using the electrical voltage. By this we can get the 3D picture of the surface of the nanomaterials. So this is the scanning tunneling microscope. Now the scanning tunneling microscope is an instrument for imaging a surface at atomic level. This scanning tunneling microscope invented by Binning and Rohrer, and this is also implemented by the same. So in 1986, Nobel Prize given for the discovery of the STM. Gerber built first STM as well as the atomic force microscope. Both come under the scanning probe microscopy, STM and AFM. The scanning tunneling microscopy is in the quantum mechanics, which is different from the classical mechanics. It means scanning tunneling microscope follows the quantum mechanics rule. And here the classical mechanics deals with the macroscopy, but here we are using the nanoparticles and we are using the nanomaterials, the particles of the micro level or the nano level size. So we use the quantum mechanics to deal with this to deal with this microscopy or nanoscopic level. Left hand side we are seeing a diagram where the electron are moving. That is the classical view, but on the right hand side we are having a broad tunnel, and on the right hand side again on the exactly right hand side we have the quantum mechanical view of the energy versus the electron movement. The width in between, the width is more in the middle diagram and the width is less in the right hand side diagram. So quantum mechanics explain the wave and particle like behavior of the tiny particles like photon and electrons, and we are also dealing with the nanoparticles or the electron or atoms. So quantum mechanics phenomena which explain the tunneling effect, which is not explained by the classical mechanics. So scanning probe microscopy, we are discussing the scanning tunneling microscopy. So we use the tunneling effect in this scanning tunneling microscopy, and that phenomena is defined by the quantum mechanics. So the quantum mechanics phenomena which explain the tunneling effect in the working principle of the scanning tunneling microscopy. What is the principle of scanning tunneling microscopy? As we are using the word scanning tunneling microscopy, the STM is based on the concept of the quantum tunneling. This quantum tunneling refers to the quantum mechanical phenomena where a particle tunnels through a barrier that it classically could not be surmounted. Classically, as in the diagram we are seeing, the classically this tunnel cannot be covered. As you are seeing, a stone is taken by a man, pulled through the classically that it will cover all the path, but here in the quantum physics, tunneling is possible. This stone can move through the tunnel. So the scanning tunneling microscope based upon the quantum tunneling and use the quantum tunneling effect to tunnel the electron and to scan the surface area by using the tunneling effect. So here we see in the classical mechanics, if an electron pass through the electric field, it will return. It cannot pass through cannot pass this barrier, because barrier means we are having some conditions, we are some barrier conditions that cannot be done in the classical mechanics. But here we see in the quantum mechanics, see in the diagram, here we are having a wave. That wave pass from the barrier that is having some barrier conditions, and after that it will pass through the barrier, and after that it will damped. So phenomena in the tunneling in the quantum mechanics describe as electrons penetrate of an energy barrier. Here we see this is the energy barrier which is represented in between, which having the length 0 to L, having the potential V naught. So here we are having the wave, quantum wave, which is passed through the barrier, energy barrier, and even though the electron's energy is below the height of the barrier, still it can tunnel the barrier and it pass through the barrier, and after that the wave can be formed. So the phenomena of tunneling in quantum mechanics describe an electron's penetration of the energy barrier even though the electron's energy is below the height of the barrier. So this quantum tunneling effect used in the scanning tunneling microscopy. Now what we can do with this STM, where this STM can discern about the surface of a material, means we can find out the surface properties by using the STM. It is very useful for studying the friction, surface roughness, defects, surface reactions in the material like catalyst. These properties can be found out by scanning tunneling microscopy, and this is a very important tool in the research surrounding the semiconductor and microelectronics. As we developed the devices by using the nanolithography, this scanning tunneling microscope can be used to characterize the prepared devices, like a single electron transistor which is prepared by the nanomaterials that can be characterized by the STM scanning tunneling microscopy. And how it works, how the STM scanning tunneling microscope works. Here we see on the right hand side a diagram. There is a piezo tube, and below the piezo tube there is a tip, and the tip is just a distance above from the sample. Here we see in the diagram that sample is not smooth. The sample surface is not smooth as it is uneven. So this tip is moving in at this surface with a particular distance. So how this STM works, we start one by one. First, the step 1, the STM sample must conduct electricity for the process to work. Means means there must be a current flow between the tip and the sample that can be processed. The STM uses a tip or probe that ends a single atom, and a voltage is passed through the tip and the sample to adjust the height. Electron used a quantum mechanical effect to tunnel from the tip to the sample and vice versa. The current that results depend upon the distance between the probe tip and the sample surface. The current we are applying that depends upon the distance between the tip and the sample, and tip and sample is adjusted by the voltage, and the current generated that depends upon the distance between the tip and the sample. Tip and the sample. The tip is attached to a piezoelectric tube. Now a new word we are having is a piezoelectric tube. This piezoelectric tube is attached is just above the tip, and this is adjusted by the voltage applied to the piezo rod and is altered by maintaining the constant distance of the tip from the surface. Changes in this voltage allow a three-dimensional picture of the material surfaces to be built up as a tip is scanned back and forth across the sample. This tip, as it is moving on the surface, generates the current, and this current will produce the three-dimensional picture of the material, and this tip distance is adjusted by the voltage applied towards the tip and the sample. This is a diagram of the tunneling effect. Thank you.